This is going to be a very short video, as I'm mostly just covering one stupid thing that's making me really mad, and I'm hoping that the devs will nerf this. If you look here, you can see, wow, that's a pretty cool skin for Astria's Serenade. I know I haven't really, done a fish video before, but I do play fish a lot. Here's the golden one, okay, pretty nice. Let's go to the masteries here. Okay, Perfection of the Stars. Perfect Catch 2 Serene Spectral Serpents with Astria's Serenade. Not that bad. I made a mistake and actually put Santa on my Astrius before realizing, and then had to trade for another Santa relic, but whatever. It's fine. This one right here. Perfect Catch, 25 Astrius Secret Fish with the Astrius Serenade. This one was pretty easy. It was a little bit tedious. I just grinded at the this. I don't know how to freaking pronounce it. It's at the top of Ancient Isle. However, this one, what the actual hell is this? Look at this. Look at this. Perfect Catch, a Breezed Profane Leviathan. The chances for Breezed is an 8% chance on Astria's Serenade. The Profane Leviathan has extremely high resilience and has a chance of just nuking your bar, so you can't perfect catch it that way. And it only has a 10% chance when you summon it in. I have summoned the Leviathan 17 times. Only one of them was Profane. And you want to know what happened? On my 4th hook of the Profane, it was Celestial. And Astria's Serenade procced its 10% chance to insta-catch it. So I lost the Profane Levi, and it wasn't Breezed. I actually am so mad. They need to either E, completely change this quest, because that's the most reasonable solution. D, remove Breezed, because what? C, remove Perfect Catched, because what? B, completely delete the quest. A, completely delete the quest. Because why is it, like, why? Because they picked literally the hardest possible ones. These are literally the hardest possible things you could pick. Like, they could have at least spared us and done Astrius, but no, they picked Breezed, which is one of the 8% ones, because fuck you, and there's no bait that allows you to boost your chances of getting it. That just doesn't happen. So, I want to strangle myself. Like, really badly. Yeah, this thing sucks. I hope they never do something ever like this again, and they nerf it, like, next update, because if I don't get it by then, I'm actually going to be really mad. And they need to, like, give the people that do get it before the update drops, like, 200 million credits in return for this bullshit, because what the actual hell? This has to be the worst thing that they have ever made. This is genuinely harder than the actual Astria's Serenade quest. I am not joking. This is genuinely harder than that. How? How did they make a mastery harder than the actual damn rod? The mastery isn't limited. The rod is. Why is this, like... I'm not saying that they should make that the quest. I don't think they should ever make anything like this ever again. But, just, like, why? They could have done... If they just did the normal Levi, I probably would have been fine with this. Because the normal Levi has a lower resilience, and has a... and is much more common. Like, it has a much higher lure chance, and it has a 90% chance of being summoned instead of a 10% for the Profane Levi. But the fact that they did Profane made me just it made me really mad. I understand why they were like, oh yeah, we should make this one really hard. But, if I'm being perfectly honest, this is not reasonable in the slightest. Because a lot of people like me who have the shittiest luck imaginable, and yes, I'm going to swear for this because I am mad, really mad. I spent a whole damn day grinding for this. Over like 8 hours, probably. I sunk into just grinding this out. And this one singular quest, has just made me so infuriated. Like, I don't even think I'm gonna try and edit anything in this video. It's just, this quest is so bullshit. It doesn't even give you anything good. It just gives you a fucking galaxy title. Like, are we dead ass? Really? A title for that? You should get, like, 100 million credits. Like, really? You should get, like, every totem in the game times 10. Including the new dripstone one for this quest. This quest is so stupid. You should get literally every rod in the game for doing this quest. This genuinely is probably the hardest thing that they've ever added into this game, and I'm being honest, like, with that. I've been playing the game for several years now, and this is easily the hardest thing ever, because a lot of people say Fabulous Rod is really hard. The thing with Fabulous Rod, though, is the fact that it is grindable, and it's more consistent. This is not something that is consistent because it is stupidly luck-based. It's not a time-based thing, because, yes, you have to be lucky. Obviously, being lucky will help you with Fabulous Rod, but it's still tedious, because it makes you do a lot of things. This is one thing. If you get lucky, technically speaking, this is, like, hypothetical. I've only ever seen one person get anywhere near this lucky, and that's Midnight. The guy is actually so lucky. I'm so mad. Because bro did not have to work for this whatsoever. The theoretical best thing that you can get for this, would be to summon it once, get the Profane Levi, get it on your first hook, and then insta-catch it and it's breezed. That would be the best case scenario. Obviously, that's never going to ever happen to anyone, because that is literally impossible. Like, I don't even know what the chances of that are. That'd be a 3%, a 10%, and 8%, all stacked on top of each other, and a 10% as well. Another 10% just to throw it in. But if anyone wants any tips for this, my recommendations are get Mystical on Astrius, because if you put Mystical on it, you have a much higher resilience, and it makes it a lot easier to perfect catch. And if you can, put Cryogenic on it, because Cryogenic will freeze the passive of the Profane Levi, so it can't shrink your bar. The reason why I say Mystical over Herculean is because Herculean makes it so that you can't lose it. Like, I mean, you can, but it's a lot harder to lose the Profane Levi if it doesn't have the Breeze mutation, and you really, really, really do not want to catch it by accident. So, Mystical, use Luminous Larva, get Angler's Glove. Get Angler's Glove. It will save you so much time because it boosts the chances by a lot. Use every ounce of money you have on Aurora Totems. Like, literally, like, I spent, like, probably about 50 million on Aurora Totems, and I'm down to, like, 20 left, and I'm at 15 million right now. So, yeah, I don't know. This quest is the dumbest thing I think I've ever seen in this game, and, like, I don't even care anymore about the money and whatever and all the time that I've spent into this. If they nerf this now, I'll be actually really happy, even if it pisses me off that I grinded so long for it and it might potentially get nerfed. I want it to be over. Like, tomorrow I'm going to be grinding for it anyway, but... Okay, this was not a short video at all. Sorry, I'm just ranting about this. This is the dumbest thing ever. Like, who thought that this was a good idea? Like, genuinely. Why? Why would someone do this? It's so dumb. And the fact that they didn't nerf it after the Tidefall update dropped, I mean, I guess a lot of people didn't have it, and there wasn't enough people to complain. But, like, are we serious? Like, why? What was the point? Like, The thing is I traded a lot of Robux, or I traded a Robux boat that was worth a lot that I had gotten as a gift a long time ago. The Dumbo boat, which is one of my favorite boats, and I traded my Dutchman Spirit and Peppermint ski boat for some of the mats because I didn't have the time because, I have school because I'm a kid, so I kind of have to, like, do schoolwork. So I don't have the time to grind wind elemental mats, so I had to trade for the Blessed Whale Shark, and I had to trade for some of the other mats required for Astraeus, like the Nova Resin, because I ain't doing that shit. And yeah, this is stupid. I hate it. The only reason why I'm doing it is because this rod skin actually looks good. It's the one of the only mastery skins that I'm like, yeah, that's worth it. But that one's actually worth it. So, yeah, but they decided that because it actually looks good for once, they decided, let's make it, like, literally the hardest quest in the entire game. And it's not even like the cosmetic is necessarily, like, worth it at all because of this one quest in the middle here, Wind of the Gods. This is the only quest that I will ever say was overly difficult. Oh, look, a notification from Moist Critical himself. No plans. I have no idea what that's all about, but the only plan that I have is tomorrow I'm just going to be probably grinding all day for this stupid Profane Leviathan. And then I have to go back to school again tomorrow. Or, not tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. Please end me. Oh, this sucks. Once I'm done doing Profane Levi, like, I'm not doing this stupid Tidefall update. I'm grinding money because I feel like it. And then I'm gonna do Tidefall, like, after I'm chillaxed. If I don't get Breezed Profane Levi by tomorrow, then I'm taking a break until they nerf it, or until the add in abuse. Because then I can get a Profane Levi a lot easier that way, I think. Anyway. Just, like, small thing. Not really big thing, but, yeah, stupid. This is the dumbest quest I think I've ever seen in Fish, and that is not even close. A lot of people agree with me. Because the thing is I'm one of the people who's, like, I'm more of a casual player. Like, it might not seem like, oh, you got Astraeus Serenade, you're not a casual player. No, I'm a casual player. I'm willing to grind out things for things that I want, but a lot of the time, unless I have an ample reason to, I will just wait until I get something that makes it easier. At least from my personal experience. When I was planning on going for Astraeus Serenade, I kind of just waited until I got a bloop whistle, because I was like, I didn't realize, or I didn't do any research into how I could have gotten it way earlier, and I probably would have had this Breezed Profane Leviathan quest done by now, if it wasn't for me being just a dumbass and not realizing that a bloop fish is, like, really common. Like, you can just go onto a private server, and it has, like, a 10% chance for in an abundance, which happens after, like, 10 minutes. You can wait 10 minutes for a 10% chance. Theoretically, that wouldn't take 100 minutes on average to get a bloop fish. But the thing is I was grinding all the other quests at the time, so when I was grinding those quests, I had a bloopfish spawn. So, yeah, I just went over and did that. The Colossal Ethereal Dragon is the one, actually, that I think is the worst. Mostly, I don't think, it depends on how lucky you are. The Ethereal Dragon one is a lot easier to do than the Breezed Bloopfish, because, unless you have Rage on Wind Elemental. If you don't have Rage on Wind Elemental, then the Bloopfish is easily the hardest one. But, Ethereal Dragon on a public server is a nightmare. At least with the Bloopfish, if you catch it, or if you get Breezed on it, you just lock in and you can get it that way. If you have Rage on it. If you have Rage on your Wind Elemental. The Ethereal Dragon, on the other hand, requires you to be insanely lucky and to not have people using Aurora Totems all the time. If you don't have a private server, Ethereal Dragon will take you literally hours. Trust me. It took me an hour with a private server. I hate everything. It was stupid. It was worth it, though. I think it was worth it, in my opinion. Astraeus Serenade is easily the best rod in the entire game. As well as this, passive. Just, this passive is so good. I grinded this passive out first because it was actually, like, worth it. And I'm planning, once I'm done getting this godforsaken quest done, I'm planning on grinding, or I'm planning on putting Santa back onto it. And then I'll have the most broken rod, I think, because the reason why I say Santa Relic, now this is something, I hope you watch this far into this video. I know a lot of people don't because I'm a smaller channel, and I don't really upload that often, or really consistently at all. I just kind of upload whenever I feel like it, but in fact, I have so many videos that are just sitting in the back burner. This one might even be one of those ones. I don't think it is, though. I'm probably going to upload it tonight. Mostly because I'm not editing this, just because it was mostly just a rant, and I'm not really putting much effort into this, because it doesn't really deserve it at all. I'm not going to be putting effort into this. I might make a video tomorrow of me grinding for it, but unless that video comes out, randomly at, like, 5 p.m. tomorrow, and I'll be like, holy shit, I got the blah, 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 profane Leviathan with breezed. Oh, blah, 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 golden Astrius. Look at this broken rod. Ooh. Anyway, let me go to Santa Relic real quick. Yes, I also looked up the value. Apparently it's worth a lot, so I just kind of traded a lot of Cosmics and Exalteds and a Wrathzilla for it. It was worth it. Anyway, yeah, so this is one of the rarest relics, at least, because it was purchasable. I had 2 of them. I did something stupid with one of them. I mentioned it earlier. You can purchase these for 45,000 bells, or you used to be able to during Fishmas 2. I grinded out 45,000 bells for one of them, and I caught another one because I got lucky, which was a 1 in 10,000, by the way. Which made me pretty happy. This is by far the best enchant, or this has by far the best enchant in the game, and I don't even think it's remotely close. Ah, gosh. Does it, like, doesn't, like, bro, does it not list what it does? I'm so confused. What? Okay. Santa mutation, or, no, not mutation, enchant, fish, okay. Bro, are we serious? Does it not list it? Okay. Okay, we're gonna just scroll down here. Maybe there's limited enchantments. There it is, Santa. Okay, so here we are, limited enchantments. This is by far the best in the game, in my opinion. I'm actually going to go through all of the ones here so you can check them out. Anyway, 30% chance to give one of the following mutations. Santa, 8.5x. Jingle Bell, 8x. Mary, 5x. Gingerbread, 5x. Peppermint, 5x. 30% fish size, 30% progress speed. I think you can see why this is good. This is easily the best money grinding one in the entire game, and it's not even remotely close. It gives you literally the 3 things you need for money. It's not the best at all of them. For example, there are better mutations. There are better, actually, no, it is the best at money making in terms of mutation that you can put on as an enchant, because Quantum is worse than this, but, and it gives you fish size, good. It's not as good as Sea Overlord or Greedy, but it's good. Progress speed, 30%. That's a lot. It's not as good as Blessed Song, but that's still a lot. And yeah, that's pretty insane. It's pretty dang good. Gingerbread, this one's also a pretty good one. It gives you mutation, passive, size, and progress. This is Sea Overlord, but better. Mary, this one is literally just mystical, but better. Actually, no, it's kind of more like hasty, I guess. It's hasty if it had a mutation passive, had less lure speed, and gave you a lot more progress speed. Actually, a better example would be Swift probably now that I think about it, because of the progress speed. But anyway, moving on from that. Wait, Peppermint gives you +1 progress now? I didn't know that. What? Okay, that's gonna... oh, I'm stupid. I read that wrong. 10% chance for peppermint, 40% chance per fish movement to stab for 1% progress. This one's actually a really good one on tryhard rod, because, the slashes allow you to just, if you get lucky, you can just stun the fish long enough for you to perfect catch it, which, if you don't know, tryhard rod has another completely stupid, mastery, which is the one where you have to perfect catch 30 fish. Don't worry, cryogenic still works. If you get lucky, you'll get cryogenic proc immediately and you'll catch it. But peppermint is way faster. Frightful. This is also a really good one. 10% chance for Frightful 6x, which is really good. This one makes a lot of money because of the progress speed and the mutation. Spooky. Spooky is also really good on tryhard. 10% chance for Spooky, 30% chance per fish movement to stab for 3% progress, which is pretty great. Eerie, this is another, like, insanely good one. Like, use this if you can. If you have any of these, all of these ones are really, really good, because they all have a mutation passive. Like, literally every single one of these has a mutation passive, which obviously Santa's the best out of all of these. Like, if you have a Santa relic and you have either Serenade, put it on it now. Like, do it now. At least after you've gotten the Spectral Serpent mastery for Astrius, if you have Astrius. But trust me, even on Polaris Serenade, Santa is easily the best enchant on any of the Serenades, because if you have any of the, or if you have Polaris, the Firefly gives, or the Butterfly, it's a Firefly for Astrius, but either of those guys, they have a chance to give you one of these mutations, not just Quiet. So, and also the fish size thing affects it. So, you get all of these mutations as an option with a 30% chance, including Santa, which is an 8.5x. That's a lot of money. Oh yeah, value boost comparison. Enchantments that provide mutations or attributes can increase a fish's value by a certain amount. These values assume that the player is selling albino fish to Ash and is not fishing at the depths or ancient isle. Enchantment, quantum anomalous, blah 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 blah. Okay. Quantum, minimum 0%, average 95%. Anomalous, 0%, average 88%. Chaotic, 0%, 84%. Greed, 50%, average 50%. These are all pretty good. These top 4 ones are the particularly best ones. Sea Overlord's also a really good one if you can get it. It's a pretty nice one. Sea Prince is also pretty good because it's a secondary. But for the best value boost, you want Santa. This one's right here. As it has the best. It is Quantum, but better, and it's Sea Overlord, but better, and you get the benefit of Blessed Song. So yeah, if you can't get that. Anyway, that's all I wanted to yap about. I just wanted to yap about Astra's Serenade and how good it should be, what to put on it, and why the new thing is stupid.